Mega Marino, his name is Mega Marino.
Toadman from Mega Man 4. His weapon is Rain Flush and he is weak to Drill Bomb. Toadman was created by Dr. Mikhail Cossack for irrigation of crops during periods of drought. Toadman is also tone deaf and enjoys jumping in his free time. Toadman starts by leaping onto the player or using Rain Flush. If left alone, Toadman will stand still forever. If the player shoots while he's standing, he'll leap onto the player's position. If Toadman stands for too long, he will start dancing and use Rain Flush. If the player shoots Toadman while he's dancing, Rain Flush gets cancelled. So to avoid Toadman, you can keep shooting him to keep him from jumping, or you can just wait until he dances and then shoot him. You can also do the Toadman dance and just walk back and forth. Overall, Toadman is probably one of the easiest bosses in the whole series. Oh, and Toadman also gets somewhat uncomfortable when he's in the presence of Snake Man. For no damage loops against Toadman, just lock him into position by only shooting when he dances. If there's one boss you don't need a tutorial for, it's Toadman. But I'm glad you guys are finding these tutorials helpful, or at least that's what I've been told. Man. Subscribe for more. Pharaoh Man from Mega Man 4. His weapon is Pharaoh Shot and he is weak to Flash Stopper. Pharaoh Man was created by Dr. Cossack. He has high resistance, agility, and adaptability in the dark. Pharaoh Man also is a charismatic leader and a treasure hunter. Pharaoh Man has multiple attacks. He can do 2 jumps in one direction, a short jump, and a higher jump. At the peak of each jump, he will throw a little Pharaoh shot. He can also do very high jumps that will land on the player, but he won't throw anything. Pharaoh Man can also charge a big Pharaoh shot and shoot it while standing. So to avoid Pharaoh Man, anticipate his initial shots and slide under him as he dashes towards you. From there, you probably want to assume that he's going to jump at you, so always be ready to move out of the way. Overall, Pharaoh Man can be tricky if you don't react properly, or if you just get lucky, he'll spam his charge attack, allowing for faster fights. For no damage loops against Pharaoh Man, just dodge his initial shots and get ready to dodge more. Just maintain damage on him while dodging and be ready to move out of the way. Once you learn his pattern, it can be quite fun. After seeing this tutorial, you'll be ruling like a pharaoh. Man. Subscribe for more. Ring Man from Mega Man 4. His weapon is Ring Boomerang and he is weak to Pharaoh Shot. Ring Man was created by Dr. Cossack to specifically terminate Mega Man in Mega Man 4. Ring Man is also a clever strategist who is confident in his abilities. Ring Man starts by throwing his Ring Boomerang forward. The Ring Boomerang goes straight ahead until it crosses the player's position, which will then return to Ring Man. After throwing the Ring Boomerang on the ground, he will jump straight up, throw a second Ring Boomerang in the midair. And when he lands, he'll run to the player's position, and once he overshoots it a little bit, he'll restart the pattern. So to avoid Ring Man, just focus on his movement and avoiding his rings. Overall, Ring Man can be a cakewalk once you learn his loops. Ring Man is also good at a game called Quoits. Quoits is a traditional game that involves throwing rings near a spike. Also, he hates children. For no damage loops against Ring Man, just jump over his rings and then jump over him and then jump over his rings again, all while doing damage. Rinse and repeat with ease. If you're having any problems fighting this boss, just give me a ring. Man. Subscribe for more. Skull Man from Mega Man 4. His weapon is Skull Barrier and he is weak to Dust Crusher. Skullman is a robot master created specifically for combat with a balanced offense and defense by Dr. Cossack. He's also a huge fan of horror movies. Skullman's attack is based on the player's actions. If the player moves while he's stationary, Skullman will aim his buster and fire 3 shots in a row. If the player shoots while he's stationary, Skullman will high jump or low jump in the player's general direction. Once he lands, he will put up a Skull Barrier. The Skull Barrier completely protects Skullman from the buster, even if they shoot through the shield. So to avoid Skullman, practice jumping around his bullets with either little jumps or big jumps, and then be ready to jump over him when he charges at you. Overall, Skullman hits like a friggin' truck and can be challenging. For no damage loops on Skullman, just focus on weaving through his bullets and shooting him when his skull shield is down. Unfortunately, you are at the mercy of Skullman's barrier as you can't do anything while it's active. And remember, only shoot him when his shield is down. And when in doubt, just aim for the skull. Man. Subscribe for more. Cossack Catcher, originally from Mega Man 4. His weapon is a big-ass claw and he's weak to Dust Crusher. Dr. Cossack based Cossack Catcher design on games that he was good at when he was younger. Like a Claw Machine game, the Claw Machine hand is capable of causing heavy damage. Cossack Catcher starts by remaining stationary for several seconds so the player can get their bearings. Cossack Catcher's main movement is simple, hovering left to right on top of the screen while always adjusting itself to be higher or lower before moving. During the movement, the side cannons of Cossack's Catcher will fire after 2 to 3 seconds of waiting, and they'll shoot 3 shots that spread outward. The Catcher will also try to grab you if you're standing directly under it. Once it grabs you, you cannot shoot and you have to wait to be slammed onto the ground. So to avoid Cossack Catcher, always stay out from underneath him and wait for him to get low enough. Overall, Cossack Catcher can be quite trolly as you have to wait a lot to do some damage. For no damage loops on Cossack Catcher, just keep moving him to the other side of the screen by manipulating his position. Dodge his spread shot, and when you're too close to a wall, just try not to trap yourself. It's like a ball sack catcher, but it's Cossack Catcher. Subscribe for more. Wily Machine 4 for Mega Man 4. His weapon is energy balls, and he's weak to ring boomerang. Wily Machine's Dr. Wily's fourth Wily Machine, a skull-shaped flying machine that shoots energy balls from its mouth. It appears as the final boss in Wily Castle in Mega Man 4. Wily Machine 4 has 2 phases, however the second phase will be explained in a future tutorial. The first phase is a giant skull-shaped face, which is the boss's weak point. It hovers up and down without any horizontal movement, and it attacks by shooting large purple energy shots from its mouth. It always attacks shooting 3 balls in a row. So to avoid Wily Machine 4, simply Big Boy jump over his balls. Wily's balls are big and slow, so you have plenty of time to jump over them with Big Boy jumps. Overall, Wily Machine 4 can be challenging if you do not respect Wily's balls. Mega Man wishes his balls were this big. Energy balls, of course. For no damage loops against Wily Machine 4, simply shoot Wily while jumping over his big balls. Wily's balls are big, but they are nothing Mega Man can't handle. Again, energy balls. So remember, 1 doctor, 2 phases, 3 balls, Wily Machine 4. Subscribe for more. God damn it, dude.
Mega Marino. His name is Mega Marino.